as I press the start button. Blessed Wednesday. This is Imara Ifawuli here, coming to you live from the beautiful country of Costa Rica. Okay, we're here. We're living in our little jungle house, um, enjoying life. And I wanted to talk today about some things, particularly some mind hacks and some things, ways that we can kind of better get a grip on ourselves as people. Because sometimes this energy here can be the most deterring and distracting from having any kind of real stability or success on this planet. So it's important that we get a good grapple on our minds. Who just came in? What's up? Who just came on? Yeah, so basically, what I want to talk about is, well, one, I got exposed through a mentor of mine to a book called The Power of Concentration this week. And, I'm in the real estate profession, so I'm doing a lot around middlemaning deals in real estate right now. And so my mentor is a woman who, had a lot of success in real estate over the years. And she was telling me about this book. So I went ahead, got the book, got it digitally. It's by Theron Dumont. It's one of those old school books, like Think and Grow Rich, one of them old school mind hack books, right? So I was looking through this book, and it was interesting because recently, not too long ago, I had taken some tests, autism tests and spectrum tests, just to see where I would fall in those. And not to my surprise, I fell pretty high on the spectrum, right? In other words, there's a lot of traits and what kind of ways that my mind is operating that will put me kind of on the spectrum of autism, right? So I wasn't surprised about it because I've always kind of operated in reverse or seen things from very different perspectives than other people. My mind works differently. And so I wasn't surprised to see that. And that's not really a negative thing. People think autism it means that you're basically, well, they don't use the word retarded anymore, but it means that you're like really slow and all that. That's not necessarily what that is. I used to work with autistic children. Um, Heavily when I was a young woman, and actually they can be very gifted people, but what it does mean is that your whole lens is different, in the way that you move through the world is different, and sometimes it can impede you when you have some spectrum stuff going on, along with ADHD, which is something that I deal with. So attention deficit, challenges with concentrating, challenges with putting the focus on one thing and seeing it all the way through, and just hyperactivity and some of the different things. So when you have these things kind of commingling, it can be really it can be a lot to manage. But so this book has been tremendous, one, because it breaks it down. It helps you to understand that it's our energy based upon the way our mind is working that is what is causing us to be able to kind of manifest and bring forth the desired realities that we want. And so, for instance, in the book, it talks a lot about how someone who has that kind of like real fidgety, who's always got these bursts of energy that they're discharging, and they don't have a lot of control over their bodies. Um, that is someone who a lot of times is expending a lot. They're not efficient with their energy, and so because they're not efficient, they're losing a lot of that same energy that they would devote to manifesting their dreams, to devote to seeing something all the way through, having the actual capacity to see something to its end. Because that takes, not only willpower, which is what it takes, number one, but it takes energy input. And so if you're discharging it all the time, if you're moving in ways that are moving in ways that are inefficient, if you're just doing too much, if you're having these bursts of excitement and these outbursts of emotion all the time and stuff, all of that is cute. And as brown people, we're very expressive people. We're very emotional. We're, kind of like a lot of us are displaying ourselves everywhere and got to be seen and very artistic, and we have all of that going on. So culturally, that's part of who we are to a degree. But then there's also levels of like conservatism that can help you to kind of more master this realm in a certain type of way, right? So, and particularly when you're talking about, making attempts to manifest something that's like a long project that's going to require you to really move with a certain conservation of energy. It reminds me of, um, the whole concepts that I learned when I was in Chinese medicine school many, many, many years ago, and the importance of when you're doing Tai Chi and Qigong and stuff, it's really all about conservation. So all of these concepts are about, finding a balance that will allow you to still maintain and conserve that Qi energy. And so it's all really interesting stuff. I suggest y'all get this book if you're having anything in your life where you're feeling like you're not having, the desired success that you would like to experience. If you are feeling like you are just getting caught up in just these mood swings or these emotional outbursts and then going flat. So a lot of kind of extreme moods and extreme expressions. So going from one, flare up to having no more energy, all that kind of stuff is symbolic and a symbol of someone who is probably going to have a hard time, really, really achieving a certain level of success in their lives just based upon the misuse of their own energetic force, right? And so that is interesting stuff. I call that the mind hack. Get that book, Theron Dumont, The Power of Concentration. And what it does is it gives you a lot of exercises that you can do that can kind of get you affiliated with this process of training your mind to concentrate on one thing at a time. Okay, because some of the things that they say, the reason why people do lose a lot of energy and aren't able to get things accomplished and done all that well is because of, this waywardness, this inability to control the mind, inability to kind of put a grapple on, how the mind and what you're thinking about, what you're focusing on, having too many things going on at one time, not being able to really, really center the focus. That's one of the main ways that we can inhibit ourselves from being able to achieve, a lot. And that's important. I mean, though some of us are like, oh, we're just going with the flow. I live in nature a lot, so I like to be real grounded in natural environments. And there is a level of going with the flow, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to have external desires or things you want to achieve, for the purposes of legacy for your family and establishing certain things. And, a lot of times money is very much wrapped up in that. Most of us, are going to need to get some actual means in order to do everything we want to do, right? So it's important that we have some tips and some ways that we can, kind of get control over ourselves and over our lives so that we can manifest these things. And it's not easy for everyone. I know for me, my background is, I'll have these bursts of wealth because again, it's those extremes, people who have like extreme lives. So I have these bursts and these periods where everything is popping and things are going well, and then I'll have these lulls. And I mean, everyone has aspects of that, but I mean, mine are extreme. And so, as my girlfriend Melissa would say, the tide is out. So sometimes it's in, sometimes it's out. And when it's out, it's out. And so trying to manage these things and get things where you don't have to experience all of those extremes to learn, and then you can keep more of a balance and have more success is all about your energy. And this is something that I've known, but I'm learning it on a more deeper level at this time. Managing your energy, meditation helps with this. Doing some of the concentration exercises that are in the Theron Dumont book. Um, Also, a big factor for a lot of us is that we are agitated from external things that we're taking into our body. So those people who are getting high on caffeine all day long, those that are eating a lot of excitotoxins or whatever, eating and drinking a lot of things that just have all of these chemicals in them that are exciting the nervous system, that are, impacting the endocrine and the glandular system, and just so many things like that. These things are external factors that are impacting our nervous system, that are impacting our minds and the way that, our brain functions. And so when you have a lot of these things going on in your life, that's another thing, that's another strike that's going to keep you, more at a distance from being able to achieve everything you want to. Because it's just hard to focus. It's hard to do something. It's hard to see things through. It's difficult to harness your energy to manifesting a particular goal. And then so these are scattering things. Caffeine scatters you. Doing too much of anything that's not super, super healthy scatters your energy. And so this is an important topic for me because it's something that I deal with. And then also having, some of this obvious kind of neurodivergent stuff going on. It's something that, we have to be aware of. It's good to be aware, to have the information, have the knowledge about what we're dealing with so that we can adjust and find ways to, still be successful despite, maybe having to go through some extra steps and have some practices that are assisting us in hacking this beast, because the mind is a beast. So yeah, no one came on. It's early right now. Sometimes I just like to get on and talk. I don't know if anybody will even see the video, but it is what it is. But I will try to come on later and just chat with y'all. Maybe when people are up. I'm so used to there being 2 hours difference from Costa Rica to where most of my peoples are, which is on the East Coast and in the Caribbean that watch. But now there's like 1 hour, so that's even. So and I'm an early bird, so I like to be up 5 a.m. doing stuff. So everybody's not going to be up doing anything at that time. So, um, idea, I'm here. I'm having my meditation out on the front yard. I've already done my yoga, done some meditation, need to do some more. Um, you know, affirmations, sitting and just vibing with nature. Usually we have toucans and different birds flying around out here, which is really nice. One of the pleasantries of living, in the jungle, in the rainforest, is you get to see just amazing creatures all the time. But yeah, so hit me up, y'all. Um, Nature heals as well. I had put on the video title, so hit me up if you are interested in coming to Costa Rica. If you have a curiosity about this place or you want to come check out the hot springs that I've been showing. I guess I've been showing. I don't even know if I've done anything about the hot springs here on YouTube. But we've been spending a lot of time at the hot springs, the alkaline hot springs. And for those of you who might not be aware, hot springs are basically the hot springs here are volcanic waters that pool, around the Adana volcano, which is a live volcano. It's dormant right now, but it's alive on the inside. And so we have all these kind of sulfur springs, these thermal springs that are very highly mineralized. So obviously the pH is higher. These minerals, some of them are able to get into your system when you soak in these waters. And then that's really powerful because a lot of us are eating foods that are devoid of minerals, that are devoid of the necessary things that we need. So having any kind of access to absorb minerals, trace minerals, or things like that from nature is a really big boost, right? So getting in these hot springs is really powerful. If you have any kind of joint issues, like arthritis, if you have any kind of, bodily pains at all, if muscular, any kind of anything going on, if you have skin issues, psoriasis, eczema, shoot, any kind of STDs, anything on the skin, getting in these waters can be very healing. You can see a real reversal with subsequent visits. So there's a lot that you can do healing wise just having hot springs around. And so we are just setting up for people to facilitate people when they come out and, want to experience the springs. There's lots of adventure activities here in the La Fortuna area. So that's not my thing, but for those who like to bungee jump, they like to do canyoning. I don't know about bungee jumping, but they canyon, they zip line, lots of kayaking and whitewater rafting. Um, just anything you can think of. If you're an adventure traveler, it's a great place for that. And what I want to do is go ahead and set up a nice group retreat, a healing retreat. So, we'll be doing some of the services and the offerings that we have for women. So it'll be a retreat for women. So that includes the closing of the bones for all those women, particularly that have, had children at one time and never were closed up afterwards. I'm certified in that, so I could work with women around that. Um, Hammam scrub, so doing the scrub baths and the beautiful steam baths with the alkaline water to help just purify the skin and the energy field. Also, yoni steams, connecting with the alkaline waters, going to the hot springs, experiencing that, eating healthy, fresh, and simple foods, and juices and smoothies and smoothie bowls and just all of this kind of thing. These are all things that could easily be facilitated from here. So if anyone's interested, connect with me and we can get into, planning for you. I can see how I can jump in and support. Um, and then I'll keep you all posted about the group retreats that I'll be doing. Hopefully with some sisters of mine that'll be coming out from the Caribbean to bring in, kind of that Caribbean medicine and healing for sisters, which is powerful because they have their approach and their way, through movement, through dance, through, so many ways to bring about healing for women. So I'm hoping a couple of sisters of mine from the Virgin Islands will be coming out and facilitating the retreats together. So that'll be amazing. But yeah, did you have any questions? Is there someone here? Yeah, I was talking about the mind hacks before. I think you may have just got here. But the mind hack, this book, Power of Concentration, they're on Dumont. If you can get it, get it. Powerful for those who are really trying to figure out how to get, this under control so that they can manifest and have more of what they want to see in the world. It's good to have different practices and things that we do to facilitate that, right? And so I was talking about that because it's been powerful for me. We're here again, still here in La Fortuna area of Costa Rica. Enjoying it. Not sure how long we'll be here. Definitely want to facilitate some people's healing journeys and retreats and tours before we get up out of here. I mean, we might stay for a while, but I don't know. I think y'all who watch me know I can get kind of, on to the next type of vibe. So we really like are missing the Caribbean, where we kind of have always had a home base over the last 7 years. So kind of craving that energy and our community there, and though it's not an easy place, it's a beautiful thing to have community and to be able to have somewhere to go where you have friends and people who actually genuinely love and care for you, and that is what we have in the Virgin Islands. So just vibing on our potential return there. But for now, we are here. So if you want to come out, y'all go ahead and email me, Imara Ifawuyi at gmail.com, or link me on, my DMs on Instagram, Imara Ifawuyi, and let's plan something for you. Also, for those of you who have been keeping up with me, well, I'll get into that later, never mind. But who's here? I saw there's one person here. I'll probably leave this video and let it stay up so people can just kind of see what I was talking about the mind hacks. Oh, there's this plant that I want to go see. There's this aphrodisiac plant that is from Colombia. I think it's called borojo. And I'm trying to see if there's any fruit on the tree. Here it is. Borojo. Let's see. Okay, I don't see any, but this plant is off the chain. It's like a superfood. Here's one. Yeah, they really like it in Colombia. It's a superfood, and it's supposed to be like really a powerful kind of stimulant and aphrodisiac. Um, and I'm excited for it to grow because I love those kind of plants. Like one of my favorite aphrodisiac plants and superfoods is durian fruit. Uh, I don't know if you've had durian before, but durian is this. Oh, I was just, whoever just got on, I was just showing y'all the borojo tree out here, which is from Colombia, and it's a superfood and an aphrodisiac. A powerful plant. Thanks for the like. Thanks for putting the like on the video. But the durian is this huge fruit. I mean, it is gigantic. It's like that. And you open it up and it smells. It has a very strange odor. It's a very smelly plant. It's from Southeast Asia. But this is a plant you can, use the pulp. You can eat it. You can make smoothies with it. It tastes so good. It's like a musky, sour sop ice cream or something. I mean, it is the strangest fruit, but it's an aphrodisiac, so you get like really a vibe when you take this fruit. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm looking forward to the borojo ripening while I'm here. Well, I didn't see many fruit, but I don't know if the trees needed something or what. But excited about that. There's a lot of interesting plants out here, and they definitely are full of medicinal plants here, just like anywhere else, right? Any other jungle in Central and South America. So I'm excited to do some jungle, more tours of, just learning about the wild crafting here and all of that. That's something I want to get into. So, hey, who's in here now? Please put a like on the video, anyone that watches it. I'm trying to just see what we can do with this YouTube thing. Since I haven't had the energy really to be making videos that I edit. Because I'm so slow with it. And I should get into it more. I'm actually not that bad when I actually do it. But, and actually this whole YouTube channel guy is following from like one video I did. Well, okay, there was two things. I made one video that I edited that was about yoni steam, and I got a lot of people following through that. And then um, a sister that I used to talk to sometimes named ES, nice sister, had interviewed me on her platform. She had a lot of following, so that was how I got any subscribers at all. So yeah, but I'm just on here rambling, so I'm about to get up off of here. I hope y'all are having a blessed day. Peace and love.